Is Lewis Hamilton really about to quit Formula One? After a shocking start to his Ferrari career and radio messages that sparked wild rumors, fans are asking, is the seven-time world champion ready to hang up his helmet? Today, we dig deep to separate panic from facts, and what we find might surprise you. Hamilton's switch from Mercedes to Ferrari in 2025 was one of the biggest F1 stories of the offseason. The seven-time champion arrived at Maranello brimming with expectations, but the first half of the season has been unusually difficult. In 14 races with Ferrari, he has yet to reach the podium, falling well short of teammate Charles Leclerc. At the Hungarian Grand Prix in early August, Hamilton endured one of his toughest weekends. He was eliminated in Q2 and started the race 12th. Frustrated, he got on the radio right after qualifying and said simply, "I'm useless, absolutely useless. The team? They probably need to change driver." It was an uncharacteristically harsh self-assessment from a driver who holds 7 world titles. On race day, he apologized on team radio, saying, "Really sorry about this weekend, guys, for losing you points," as he limped home 12th. This slump, a new low where he even finished outside the points, was startling for fans used to seeing Hamilton at the front. Lewis Hamilton's first season at Ferrari has been frustrating. After qualifying struggles, he told his team he was useless and even joked, "You probably need to change driver." In fact, he's working to fix the car and admit his mistakes, not quit. News outlets have seized on Hamilton's struggles with dramatic headlines. One 8th August story on GP fans blared that F1 replacements are already rolling in after his Ferrari nightmare. It quotes former F1 boss Bernie Ecclestone suggesting Hamilton should leave the sport and naming young stars like Isaac Hadjar and Gabriel Bortoleto as worthy Ferrari candidates. In reality, that was hyperbole. A host of names were indeed mentioned as potential replacements if Hamilton chose to leave, but the article itself notes this is far from any reality. For example, Bernie Ecclestone is quoted saying, "If I could steal him, I'd take Isaac Hadjar. And I also rate Gabriel Bortoleto." These are respected youngsters, but neither Ferrari nor Hamilton has said a word about replacing anyone. The GP fans piece is sensational and speculative, painting a dramatic exit picture that doesn't actually exist. Likewise, when Hamilton teased a mysterious announcement for August 8th on social media, fans panicked that it was a retirement press conference. Major sites like Planet F1 reported the rumor, but quickly set minds at rest. The cat appears to be out of the bag, and no, he's not quitting the sport. In fact, Hamilton's announcement turned out to be about his tequila brand Almav, not F1. Fans were mainly relieved. Some had indeed feared that 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton would drop out of racing. If you're enjoying this deep dive into F1's next big storyline, please smash that like button and subscribe. We're on the cusp of 1,000 subscribers, and your support really helps keep these exclusive analyses coming. Back to Hamilton. Behind the headline-grabbing rumors, Ferrari's leadership has had a different take. Team principal Frédéric Vasseur publicly brushed off talk of a demotivated Hamilton after Hungary. Instead, he called Hamilton's slump frustrated, but not demotivated. Vasseur reminded everyone, "I don't need to motivate him. He's demanding, but I think it's also why he's 7 times world champion." In other words, Hamilton's high standards lead him to lash out at himself when things go wrong, but he's not ready to quit. Vasseur even said he understands Lewis's frustration and expects him to come back stronger. "I can understand the frustration from Lewis. That's normal, and he will come back." Indeed, all signs from Ferrari are that Hamilton is still part of their long-term plans. According to Italian media cited by GP fans, Ferrari has already given Hamilton an expanded role developing the 2026 car. He's focusing on key technical areas: suspension, aerodynamic load, balance, as one report put it, so that solutions can carry over to the next generation F1 regulations. The same report noted Hamilton has a 2-year contract plus an option for 2027, meaning he is officially under contract through the end of 2026. It even acknowledged a theoretical scenario. If Ferrari were far from competitive, he could decide to retire at the end of next season, given that he will then be almost 42 years old. But that was framed as a conditional possibility in 2026, not an immediate likelihood. For now, Hamilton is staying on the job, helping Ferrari address its issues rather than jumping ship. Meanwhile, in his own words, Hamilton has been reinforcing his commitment to the sport. He told RTBF, Belgian TV, that Formula One itself needs to evolve, not that he does. Drivers are tied to contracts that prevent them from talking to other teams. F1 has grown enormously, but salaries haven't evolved. There's still a big lack of diversity in the paddock, he argued. This shows Hamilton is thinking about the sport's future and using his platform for change. Hardly what a retiring driver would be concerned with. On the track, he has hinted that he's already turning his attention to 2026 when new engine rules arrive. His goal of an 8th title isn't dead. He says he's determined to turn his fortunes around if performance improves. In short, Hamilton has voiced no plans to quit, only to help transform the teams and rules around him. Perhaps the strongest testimony against a Hamilton exit came from longtime ally Toto Wolf. Mercedes team principal and former boss of Hamilton noted that it's precisely this kind of pressure that drives Lewis. Wolf reminded everyone that he's the GOAT and he will always be the GOAT, a status no tough weekend can erase. He also said Hamilton has unfinished business in F1, implying retirement isn't on the table yet. When asked if Hamilton might still chase an 8th title, Wolf said, if he has a car under him that he has confidence in, then yes. Far from pushing Lewis away, Wolf argued Hamilton should stay put. He shouldn't go anywhere next year. Brand new cars, new power units. I hope he stays on for many more years. Coming from Hamilton's old team boss, this sounds like a vote of confidence that Lewis isn't about to retire. Not retiring, but thumbs-upping. Hamilton, in Canada, still has the champion spirit. Industry insiders expect him to focus on the 2026 car and regulations rather than pack up now. As Wolf bluntly put it, I hope he stays on for many more years. Certainly, next year is going to be an important one. In the end, the Lewis leaving F1 story is just that, a story. Hamilton's own announcements and comments made clear he's not stepping away. His team remains supportive, the sport would rather have him on track, and he still has contractual and competitive commitments. For now, Hamilton fans can breathe a bit easier, knowing their hero isn't quitting. The champion may be frustrated at Ferrari, but he's not done with F1. With 2 seasons left on his deal and an option beyond, Hamilton is focused on helping Ferrari and on chasing more titles in the future. In short, the only change Lewis Hamilton has confirmed is a change of teams, not a change of career. The man who once said, "We've got it in us," on the podium is still in Ferrari red, still fighting, and very much still part of Formula One's future.